Hello everybody, welcome to the Decks of the Weekend, my wiki video that goes out on every Monday that talks about the decks that caught my attention over the weekend. This is a bit of a special edition because I am recording this on Sunday, so I'll only have the results from Saturday to talk about as on Monday I'm gonna leave for Sofia in Bulgaria for one whole week. Practicing for the regional championship of Pioneer with the rest of my team. We got Javier Dominguez, Marcio Carvalho, and other Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese players. So it's going to be very exciting. Look forward to that event a lot. So when I come back next week, you're going to have a lot of stories about that. I won't be streaming this week, but my YouTube channel will post a YouTube video every day. So, you should click the little bell up there. But yeah, 6 p.m. Italian zone, it's when all my videos get released. I scheduled them all. So here we go. We are ready. We are ready for the week. Alright, let's begin with John's Sacrifice. This player punted and wine top 8 two challenges in a row last weekend and this weekend with John's Sacrifice. We're playing a card that is popular on Historic on Magic Arena, but never really went through modern level play with Revenue Squirrel. But maybe now with, this player has put up a couple of good results in a row, so it's worth exploring more this Cadron Familiar plus Witch's Oven strategy. We're playing Mam Devil, which is very good against creature decks. We're playing Ob Nixilis. You can sacrifice your Cadron Familiar to get extra Planeswalker for 3 mana. You also have Urza Saga, that can fetch up your bubble, your oven, your springlet drum, and starting with next week. So yeah, this weekend will be. This week will be the week that this new set is legal in Magic Online. So you can now play with Haywire Might in Modern and Pioneer. This card is going to be very good in the Urza Saga decks, in the Karn the Great Creator decks. Of course, you have to play green, but this is really all you need. Not all you needed, but definitely something you needed as an answer to kill the opposing Urza Saga, the opposing Leyline Binding. Very good in Modern, very good in Pioneer. Haywire Might definitely going to show up in every Urza Saga decks that play green. It's a really easy addition. It's basically like Pirate Spellbomb, Pirate Spellbomb, you have it here for the Sanctifier and back decks, for just Hammer deck, just, decks that where you need removal spells. Same thing with Haywire. You're gonna have it in the sideboard and then bring it in against every Urza Saga Leyline Binding decks. It's not as good as, it kills Blood Moon, but you can't fetch it with Urza Saga, of course, but, in Karn Creator decks, you can do that. This is the deck that, again, did well. It's pretty cool, and I am probably going to play this when I come back next week, but definitely a very good idea by Panda and Wine. Let's hop over to Legacy. Legacy also will have the new sets, of course, but I think the biggest addition to Legacy, it won't actually be the... Oops, sorry, I'm just scrolling through because I don't know if it saves... Initiative Stompy. Alright, it's already Legacy legal. Very good. The biggest change to Legacy won't come from the new set, but will actually come from the fact that Magic Online finally added the 2 White Initiative cards, Seasoned Dungeoneer and White Plum Adventurer, to Legacy. This deck list won a tournament in Sweden and last weekend won a tournament in London. So it's the second time in a row that these 2 cards combined, White Plum Adventurer and Seasoned Dungeoneer, do well in a paper event. That will be released on Magic Online this week with the patch of the new set, so we'll be able to play them on Magic Online as well. Up until this point, you couldn't. There's a bunch of cards that you can't play on Magic Online still. There's like some Commander 40 cards like Moloch, Saint Catherine something. But yeah, so the Legacy doesn't quite mimic Paper Magic. Paper Magic's still the best way to play Magic, of course, but the events mostly happen on Magic Online, and that's where I talk about the events that happen the weekend. But this deck caught my attention. It was from paper event. That's definitely something I want to play. You'll see me 100% playing with these decks. White Plum Adventure, it's a 3-mana 3/3 guy that gives you the initiative, and the Seasoned Engineer, it's a 4-mana 3/4 guy that gives you the ninja, and it has a bunch of other things. Can I show you the initiative? Yeah, I guess I have time. I'm gonna show you the initiative. How does that work? Because you get into this dungeon, which is called the Undercity. Let me pull it out for you. It's basically you cast these 2 cards, you get into a dungeon. You get into a dungeon. I guess I can add this article to the show notes. It explains the Undercity. But you get into this dungeon and you entry in the first chapter on the secret entrance gets you a card. So the initiative by itself replaces itself, and then you get into this thing where you make your 3 mana 3/3 creature a 5/5, and then you just deal them 5 damage. So by itself, the weapon adventurer can just kill by itself a turn 5, similar something like that. Because you cast it, it's a 3/3. Next turn you attack for 5. The turn after you attack for 10. Because it's 5+5 from the 3rd chapter. It might seem a little bit complicated. A hardcore legacy player hate new things, so you guys will probably hate these new things as well. I personally enjoy that even legacy can get update. I enjoy treating Magic as a new game every once in a while. There's obviously format that you just don't rotate and you can play those, but I am up for the change. And now there's a suppression field in this deck, so you're punishing fetch land. I think it's a cool deck, definitely something I want to try out. You punish your opponent with them. Arcana Mirror and Spellbinder, Thalia, Spirit of the Labyrinth. You have powerful cards like Palace Jailer, Solitude, and then of course the 2 huge initiative addition, which will definitely be very good in Legacy. Let's hop into Pauper. Pauper is a format I'm following a lot because I have just played the Pauper Gathering last weekend. It went very well. Blue-White Coggates was by far the biggest winner with 3 of them in the top 8. Honestly, I also played it, finished in the top 32, losing the last round for maybe top 8, probably 9th or 10th place. Went 6-1. But the deck just overperformed. Every high table was just blue-white Coggates. So what happened, this is the worst matchup of blue-white Coggates, Affinity raised to the top again. After a period of time where Affinity wasn't quite successful as it used to be in Pauper, now it's back. This list won the Pauper showcase, so I was like I believe it was 8 round of Swiss plus 3 top 8, so that was a very good performance, 10-1 score. But yeah, basically what happens is this deck is naturally good against Coggates. Game 1, you have very few answers to Makeshift Munition. Once this card sits in play against Coggates, it's terrible. And then post Cyber, you have, of course, like answers to the Dust to Dust and Gorilla Shaman and such. Affinity is a very good deck. Definitely you can't go wrong with playing it. There is the Blue-Black Terror that also, I said, performed very badly at the Paupergeddon, came second. I'm sure that those decks, the Affinity and Blue-Black Terror, they maybe didn't do as well as we expected at Paupergeddon, but still a very good deck. So I'm expecting to see them in the future. You also have, of course, Coggates, Mono Red Kuldotha, and just Boros Synthesizer and decks like that also doing well. Affinity, I think it's a very, at the moment, a fair format. Like, there's nothing that stands above. Pretty equal. I think it's very fun to play, and yeah, the gameplay is actually very challenging too. So definitely suggesting this, and I wanted to show that Affinity is still alive, still wins very big tournament, and still a good choice in the Pauper format. Thank you for watching. As I said, I'll be back in my home next week, but on my YouTube channel you'll find a content every day, so you always have my company. Last week I actually I don't want to say work double shift, but I did record more videos in order for you to have a couple of more videos this week. You have 2 trophy videos this week. I did very well last week. I had 3 trophies in the whole week, so good showing. And yeah, hope you'll enjoy the content. Stick around, like, subscribe, the usuals. Have a good day. Have a good week.